Is social media turning us into a-holes?
Social media has lowered the cost of being an a-hole.
What's happening to me? Kennedy is having a forum with big tech leaders about censoring the internet or keeping it from being available to kids 16 and under.
People say things on social media that they would never say in an interpersonal exchange. Adults, even though it's depressing sometimes, can deal with that. It's hard for young people.
Yeah, I have to deal with what I hear in the comments from all you people. By the way, thank you all for commenting. Hit it.
We've talked about a number of problems that are presented by social media: data, privacy, sexual exploitation, but also mental health, and the impact that I think it's clearly having on particularly young women in the Gen Z generation, 10 or 11 to 25 and 26.
This is based on some recent data that suicide among women who are online, it's like 30% higher rates of depression also. So clearly it is some kind of a health issue. And now the question is it the parents' problem? Now the question is it the parents' problem or is it big tech's responsibility? It actually sounded strangely familiar to the public school problem. Is all my friends that are teachers blame the parents blame the teachers, everyone's at fault.
They're living their lives on social media. And they're not developing interpersonal relationships. It's making them very fragile. It's reaffirming this culture of victimhood. They're not getting ready for the world.
Well, this is kind of true in that my kids use a lot of social media. They're getting ready for the world, but they're getting ready for a social media world. I was raised to get ready to chop wood and do manual labor my whole life. So we have an advantage that the kids today don't have. And this could just be the old way of life aging out and going away forever. What do you think? I'd like to hear from you guys in the comment section. Let's keep going with this.
People under the age of 16, should we just abolish social media for them? Don't let them access it.
We should consider all options, but I think we should focus. It makes more sense to focus on a duty of care and changing how these platforms operate. Practically keeping kids off under 16 may be impossible. And I would also say it's not just social media. A lot of these things happen on video game platforms as well.
You think it'll really be easy to change the attitudes of these social media companies?
If you create a duty of care and you limit the data that they can collect.
Right. I think they have a duty to care already.
I like that. They have a responsibility already. Just if you're engaging with a human being using your platform, you have a responsibility for duty of care. You have to care.
I think we desperately need to educate parents.
I know we need to educate, but should we just tell kids, look, it's a lot like alcohol. This stuff is addictive, and until you're 16, you can't access social media.
There are benefits that also come from social media, and I don't know whether it's realistic to keep kids off of it completely. I think practicing moderation with close parental supervision, with substantial education coming from the school.
Here's a news flash for you. A lot of parents don't care, Doctor.
That's my favorite quote of all time. News flash, my parents don't care. Parents, my cat. Parents, it's true. We're fed up. We're done with it. And so hearing a big tech company say, more parental supervision and more, terms of, you have to sign up to these terms of service, and and we're going to educate. It doesn't work. You have to pass a law to forbid it. But then that goes against free speech, a company to be able to free speech. Plus, kids can get around all of the age restrictions. They can circumvent it. They know how to do it better than their parents do on these things. This is a huge mental health crisis, is what I'll call it. It's no different than like sugar, like the kids drinking Mountain Dew and eating chips. I drink Mountain Dew sometimes and I eat chips. But do you make it illegal for kids to do it? We've tried I did Saturday morning cartoons, and they tried limiting the commercials for cereals and fruit roll-ups and stuff like that for kids. It doesn't work. So what are we going to do? I love that John Kennedy is taking this on. He's a caring public figure who loves our youth. And I think it's important to have this debate put in the congressional record. I'm Doug in Exile.